Today, I'm going to be talking to you about why speaking freely means more than just saying words. Now, this is something I'm pretty excited about, and I'm really looking forward to sharing with you today. And my goal of this video, by the end of it, it's to show you why focusing on words really doesn't matter in the big picture. But what really matters is expressing yourself freely, being authentic, and also pointing you in the right direction on how you can be expressing yourself freely. There's a statistics that I read on how much do words matter in the overall communication when someone is talking. And this is something you can easily Google, right? And the percentage that how much words actually matter in the overall communication is only 6%, right? So only 6%. And the other 94% is your state or your emotions, your body language, eye contact, connecting to the other person as well. So there's a whole other thing that really makes the difference. So that brings another question to my mind, right? Where do I want to focus on so I can be understood, so I can clearly explain what I have to explain, but at the same time, I can be in a really, really good mood when I'm talking to people. And this is really important because if you grew up with stuttering, with a stammer, and you're blocking really hard, then what I have to share is really important. Because one thing I know, because I grew up with stuttering, is we have a lot of focus and a lot of weight, and we put a lot of value on the words that we say, the actual words. And the words really don't play a big impact in the overall communication, right? And because we put so much focus, so much value, we care so much about the word and how fluent we say the word and how smoothly we say those words, we limit ourselves. We create a lot of tension. We create a lot of frustration in that process of focusing on the words. Now, I'm going to talk to you about how I came to the realization, like, I want to be free. I want to be freely expressing myself in whatever way or shape or form and energy, right? And I want to be authentic about it. So I used to go to speech therapy, and I have a lot of respect for speech therapists and people who go to speech therapy. And it has its place, right? So I have a positive belief and a positive respect towards speech therapy. And for me, I learned through many years of going to speech therapy a lot of the techniques and methods where you can have much more fluent speech, right? And when I was using a lot of these techniques and methods like prolonged speech, then the majority of words I could say fluently and well. However, I always felt controlled, and I always felt I had to follow this method, right? And if I kind of stepped out of that method, that technique, if I forgot to take those deep breaths in and exhale on the way out as I was speaking, then the chances of my stutter or blocking would increase. So for me personally, I didn't feel like I was freely expressing myself. I didn't feel like I was being authentic. I didn't feel like I could be spontaneous. And that really troubled me because I just wanted to be free. and I didn't want to walk around and speak to people, especially my family and friends, people who I care about, with this pressure that I had to follow this method so I can get those words out, right? So it was in that phase of life, it just came to me like, okay, I want to be free. Okay, I've got these methods. I can lean on these methods and these techniques when I need to, but I really want to be free. Stutter or no stutter, I just want to be really free. And I looked into myself, what do I mean by free, right? I don't mean just saying words perfectly or smoothly. What I mean by freely speaking, freely expressing, it means you have to have a paradigm shift in how you look at speaking and conversation and connecting with people. You need to have a paradigm shift to fully understand this. So I'm going to explain what I mean by freely expressing yourself. So when I mean freely expressing myself, I'm talking about freely expressing my emotions, freely expressing the way my body's moving and feeling at that time as well. If my arms want to move up and down because there's a lot of tension and frustration, then I'm going to allow that, right? I'm going to acknowledge it and allow that to happen. Now, I understand that doesn't define who I am, but I may do that for a minute or a moment or two just to get that energy out. I believe that when you express yourself, you are also expressing a lot of your energy, what you feel as well. So I know that when I'm happy and I'm excited, then my breathing changes. So, and normally when my breathing changes, so does the probability or my chance of having a stutter or a block. So I really had to understand what it meant to fully be free and freely express yourself however I wanted to. So that was the paradigm shift I had to do. And in that process of freely expressing however I wanted to, I had to learn a lot of other things, and I had to rewrite a lot of rules for myself as well. Rules including how I connected with people, rules including what topics I cared about when I was communicating, and so many other things. I had to rewrite open and positive mindsets and belief systems about myself. And in that process, which took a long time, it moved me to a place where I can freely express myself. And along that journey, my self-esteem improved, my confidence improved, and I was also connecting to more people. I was now talking to people who were CEOs and in higher management positions at work. So a lot started to change as I went through this process of learning how to freely express myself and not focus on the words. The journey I went through did take a few years, right? It took a lot of research and reflection and studying into personal development and psychology and making a lot of mistakes socially along the way. And I really want to make a difference to whoever has stuttering or stammer or has a bad block, right? So if you do want to talk about how I can help you, then there's a link in the description below, and we can set up a free 30-minute consultation call, or like a free call, and then we can just see how I can help you out on overcoming your stutter, but also get you to a place where you're freely expressing yourself, right? So that's it from me. I do want to say thank you so much for watching this video and supporting this channel. And don't forget that words only make up only 6% of the overall communication. There's a whole 94 other percent of other things like energy, body language, open posture, eye contact, that really make most of the difference in communication, right? Anyways, have a great day wherever you are, or a great evening, and we will talk soon.